Hey my ninja warriors, welcome to yet another power packed session. I am Namrata, your mathematics expert, and we are doing JEE Flash 2.0. And you all know that topic of today's session is binomial theorem, and which is which is on everybody's hit list, right? Binomial theorem, everybody want to do it. Why? Because again, this is a high weighted chapter and this is the lowest input chapter, my dear students. And on top of that, there are a few topics which have been deleted from binomial theorem, which makes binomial theorem more easier than before, right? But before I get into more details, I would like to know whether I'm perfectly audible and visible to you guys. All right, I can see hashtag Ninja Ma'am. All right, are you guys sleepy? It's 10. It's 10:10. Are you guys sleepy at all? I can see Gautam has given me a green signal, audible and visible. Perfect. We can start today's session. All right, same question, ma'am. How long will be this session? So basically the session won't be very long. We will be wrapping up this session by 12. I am hoping that we will wrap up this session by 12, right? And you all know that I don't leave any topic, है ना? Forget about time. I won't leave any topic because of time constraints. So we will cover each and everything, even if it takes some more time, 10-20 minutes more. I don't care. Okay? Let's just oh no ma'am, it's my study time. You will actually enjoy this a little change in your schedule. So it happens, right? And you will get used to it, right? For today, just hang in there, okay? Alright, let's just start today's session. This is your this week's schedule, and without any wasting time, let's just begin with today's session, binomial theorem. Here it is. So you all know already these things, you know, right? These things are very basic things. So what is the term binomial called? So the term binomial is nothing but what? An algebraic expression containing two dissimilar terms, right? So here a plus b are two dissimilar terms. Bi means what? 2. Tri means what? 3. Poly means what? Multiple, right? And this is again a binomial expression, a square minus b square. Again, one more example, 2x plus 3y, binomial, right? It has two dissimilar terms. And you know what are you guys writing? How many questions? 2 to 3 questions you can expect from this particular chapter. I already told you in that video as well, right? Now what about trinomial expression? So trinomial expression, very easy. It will contain 3 terms. So again, I'm not gonna waste much time over here. It is very basic. You can see 3 terms and 3 terms, right? Yes, perfect. Weightage of the chapter, I already told you, 2 to 3 questions you can expect, right? Because there are some shifts in 2023 where I have seen 3 questions straight from binomial theorem, 12 marks straight from binomial, right? So yes, polynomial. Okay, so polynomial is what? So again, polynomial, that means yes. For example, we have binomial. Binomial is also a type of polynomial, right? And this is what? Trinomial. It is also a type of what? Polynomial, right? And yes, so again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically 4 dissimilar terms. So we have a term called polynomial. So you are aware with what? Binomial, trinomial, polynomial. All these terms are from grade 9 and 10, right? Nothing new about it. Now let's talk about algebraic identities, right? You know that a plus b raised to power 0 is what? 1. What about a plus b raised to power 1? It is what? A plus b. A plus b square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. A plus b whole cube is what? A cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. And yes. So here are the algebraic identities which you are seeing on your screen. So basically I'm teaching binomial theorem to those students who have not at all studied binomial theorem. Then also you can, the session would be extremely useful for you, right? Very basic. You can see nobody teaches you from this very basic a plus b raised to power 1 is equals to a plus b. Now what is the observation from here? So I can clearly see when there are 2 terms. Observation number 1, when there are 2 terms involved, basically, so the final answer would be what? The final term is 1. When there are two terms in, basically when there are two terms involved, it is a plus b. When there are square is involved, can you see square is involved, then there are three terms. Then cube is involved, there are four terms. So basically if I write a plus b raised to power n, how many terms will be there? So there will be always n plus 1 terms, right? So it is 0, so 0 plus 1 terms, 1 plus 1 term, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, and n plus 1 terms, right? This is the very first observation which I have seen, right? Okay, if I ask you that how many terms there will be in a plus b raised to power 5, you will immediately tell me, ma'am, 6 terms, right? Got it? Getting it? Little. Now another observation which we can figure out is, you take any term. Suppose I talk about 3ab square. What is the degree of this term? So degree of this term would be what? 3. So if a plus b whole cube is in picture now, then the degree of each and every term, can you see the degree is 3, degree is 3, degree is 3, degree is 3. So each and every term will have a degree 3. That is my second observation, right? What is my third observation, guys? So third observation is, can you see the powers of A are decreasing gradually and the power of B is increasing gradually, right? The power of A is 3, then power of A is 2, power of A is 1, here power of A is 0. So power of A is decreasing, but power of B, so power of B was 0 here, and then it got increased to 1, it got increased to 2, it got increased to 3. So gradually the powers are getting increased, right? So these are the observations. Now we will apply these observations in our binomial theorem. I'll tell you what. So this observation, so we have already seen. Now one more thing I have observed basically about the coefficients. So basically coefficient are 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1. So basically there is some pattern going on in expansion. So that pattern, the coefficient is following some pattern that is related to Pascal's triangle. I'll tell you what is the pattern, so that you will be able to expand any. I will ask you to expand a plus b raised to power 9. You will be able to do that. Okay. So Pascal's triangle is this. So this is 1 and this is 1, 1. Okay. Now, okay, all right. So now 1 plus 1 will be 2. 1 plus 1 will be 2. Oops, sorry. This is 1, 2, 1. Right. Now 1 plus 2 is what? 3. 2 plus 1 is what? 3. 3, and then here it is 1. That's how we form a Pascal's triangle. 1, then 1, 2, 1. Now 1 again. 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 1 is 4. And then this is 1. Now again 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Then this is 10. This is 10. This is 5. This is 1. Can you see it? Can you see that? Right? Now if I ask you, okay, a plus b raised to power 5, how will you open it? So you will say 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. You will ask me, ma'am, what are you doing? Wait. So first term would be a raised to power 5. Assign maximum power to a. What would be the second term? So power of a will get decreased, power of b will get increased, plus power of a will definitely get decreased, power of b will get increased, so that sum total of the degree should be 5, and then plus a square b cube, and then what? A b power 4 plus we have b power 5. That's how you expand by using what? That's how you expand my binomial expansion, right? A plus b raised to power 5. Now you're getting it, right? For all of those who, I know there are some people who know this already, but there are some people who don't know it, right? So it's better you should know it. It's high time you should know it now. Okay. So there are actually some observations related to this. I have already given you all the observations. If you can see that the power of 8. So total number of terms. Can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms are there. So total number of terms is what? N plus 1 terms. Power of A increases. Power of B decreases. And degree of each term is what? N. Right? for a plus b raised to power n expansion. So these are the observations. Number of terms n plus 1, right? Now we have a factorial notation. So we should know about the factorial notation a little bit. Factorial notation is n factorial, which is nothing but n, n minus 1, n minus 2 and all the way up to 1, right? So if I ask you to calculate what? 1 factorial, you will say ma'am 1 only. 2 factorial will be what? 2 only. 3 factorial would be 3 into 2 into 1, that is 6, right? 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, 24. All these value you should remember it. If I ask you ma'am 4 factorial, you will be able to tell me ma'am directly 24. You don't need to calculate it, right? What is 5 factorial? So 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Remember all these values, right? And 6 factorial last. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is 720. So up to 6 factorial you should be remembering all these values, right? This is what factorial notation is. Cool? You'll be remembering this, right? It is very easy. 1, 2, 6, 24, 120, 720, right? So we have a basic question in front of us related to factorial notation. So we need to calculate the value of x, right? So 1 by 8 factorial plus 1 by 9 factorial is equals to x upon 10 factorial. What I'll be doing is, to solve this, I'll be multiplying this 10 factorial over here. So 10 factorial, 10 factorial. So 10 upon 8, right? So it can be written down as 10 factorial is 10 into 9 into 8 factorial upon 8 factorial plus 10 into 9 factorial upon 9 factorial is equals to x. Can you see? Can you see 90 plus 10 is giving me x? 100 is the value of x. And I can clearly see the answer on your screen. On the screen, 100, Yusuf. Very good. Very good. Very nice, right? Perfect. All right. Now, I have some formula for combinations. So basically some shortcuts you would say, or some things which will help you to solve any questions, the binomial theorem questions faster, right? So first thing is, if you ever encountered NC0, right? So first of all NCR. So first of all value of NCR. Right, so NCR, this notation you should know. NCR is nothing but n factorial upon n minus r factorial upon into r factorial, right? Where n is greater than or equal to r, and NCR represent what? NCR represent things, r things, selection of r things out of n. You know that in PNC. So selection of r things out of n. Selection of r things out of n, right? Yes, this is your NCR. The very first formula which I would like to introduce you is NC0 is 1. Proof. So NC0 will be equal to n factorial upon n minus 0 factorial would be n factorial, and 0 factorial, you know what? 0 factorial is also 1, right? So n, so this will become 1. This is first formula. NCN is also 1. NC0 and NCN both are 1, right? So NCN would be equal to n factorial upon, now this time n minus n, this would be 0 factorial, this would be n factorial. So this is what? 1. So these are the two things which you need to keep and remember. So basically if I ask you 6C0, you'll say 1. 6C6, you will say 1 again, right? Okay. Alright. And there are actually two more things. So if I ask you 6C1 or 6C5, right? So these are also 1. Sorry, these are 6. That means NC1 is nothing but n. That's what I'm trying to say. NC1 is what? N. Right? That is also one more formula. Right? Perfect. Okay. Right, next up we have this very important formula with us, which is what? NCR is equals to NCN minus R. Now, let me just tell you one thing. You have heard about, I have already told you about Pascal's triangle. So you actually, did you notice one thing, that this is 1 2 1, 1 3 3 1, right? And then 1 4 6 4 1. Do you notice this, that the first coefficient and last coefficient are same? Basically, you can see the symmetry in this. Second and second last are same, right? That's how it will progress. Same case with what? Factorial notation. So NCR is equals to NC n minus R. What does that mean? So that basically mean if you say 6C4, that would be equal to what? 6C2, right? That means if 4 plus 2 should be equal to 6. So this is the thing, this is the important thing over here. Okay, so if I ask you, कि NCR is equals to NCS, relation between R and S, what will you say? Okay ma'am, basically what happens is, so here's R and N minus R. If you add these two quantities, you will get N. That's the whole purpose. Here also you see 4 plus 2. If you add, you should get 6. So here also R and S. R plus S should come out as N. This is the condition. This is how it is. The third formula, very important, right? Very important third formula, right? Same thing, I already told you. This is the third formula. Or R is equals to S. This is also one possibility. Fourth formula and third formula are one and same thing. Do you realize? NCR is equals to NCS. What does that mean? That simply means if either R and S are equal, it is so obvious, either R and S are equal, but if R and S are not equal, then there is a possibility that sum of R and S should be equal to N. That's how I wrote. That's how I wrote. Okay. Yes. Yes, Hasini. Yes, Vaishnavi. You guys know this, right? You guys know this. All right. Now one more important formula, which we are definitely going to use so many times in the whole session. King of all the formulas. So basically, if you are given with sum of two combination, basically sum of two coefficient of combination. So here N and N both are same, but here you can see R and R plus 1 are there. That means there is a gap of 1, right? There is a gap of 1 in lower index. So how do you write a formula? So basically, first of all, you need to increase 1 in the N, just like this. C, and whichever is greater, write it down here. So basically, if I ask you 6C5 plus 6C4. So the moment I give you this, you will realize, okay ma'am, 6 are same and 5 and 4 are having difference of 1. So we will apply this formula which says, how do I apply? 6 and 6 are here, so 6 plus 1, 7C. Now what should I write? The bigger one, 7C5 would be the answer. You know how to write this? Now you know how to write this. Okay? Alright. This is the fifth formula. Now we will solve so many questions. Right? Okay. Yes, you are a little bit late, Divya, but anyway, we'll catch up. Right? So, yes. One more formula actually. Actually, two more formula which we are going to discuss later on. First of all, give me the answer of this question. 8C4 plus 8C3. What will you write, guys? 8. So 9C. Tell me, 4 or 3? What should I write? 9C4 will be the answer. Right? When the difference is 2, there is no such formula. For that, you need to do some manipulation. You need to solve it maybe. Right? 9C4. By the way, if the option is not giving you 9C4, if it is giving you 9C5 or 9C6 or 8C4, 8C5, what will be the correct answer? Tell me. What will be the correct answer? So basically the correct answer would be 9C5. Why? Because I have one more property which says 9C4 and 9C5 both are equal. Why? Because 5 and 4, if you add these two, you will get a 9. Right? Yes. So A option is correct. This is incorrect. This is equal to 9C3. right? This is also incorrect. Now, another question on your screen. Another question on your screen which says NC9 is equals to NC8. Alright, so NC9 and NC8 are equal. So what we need to figure out is obviously value of what? N. Right? So 9 and 8 are not equal. So another case. So first thing should be 9 if 9 and 8 are equal, but this is not possible. Second possibility is 9 plus 8 is equals to N. So N is coming out as 17. Plug in the value 17C16. 17C16 is what? 17C1. I already told you this is nothing but 17. So the correct answer is 17 only. Yes? Shall I move on to the next thing? Now tell me the correct answer for this question. Tell me the correct answer of this particular question. Again, you can see N and N are same. So the first possibility should be what? These two things should be equal. N square minus 25 is equal to 5. And the another possibility is sum of these two indexes, N square minus 25 plus 5 should be equal to N. These are the two possibilities, right? Right? Okay, so first possibility is N square is equals to 30, and you know that N is natural number. From here you cannot get a natural number, hence this case is rejected. What about this? What about this? N square minus N minus 20 is equals to 0. So this will give you 5 comma minus 4. Minus 4 is anyway rejected. 5 is the correct answer. Yes or no? Five comma minus 4, right? Yes. Perfectamundo. And you know what? You guys don't like my session. Why I can't see likes? 55 students are live, but number of likes are way less than number of live watching. Okay. Another question. Quickly. NC14 is equals to 2 times NC13. Then find the value of N. So now for this though we have to expand. We don't have any other option. Expand. So N factorial upon N minus 14. You know the formula, right? I have already taught you this. 14 factorial is equals to twice of N factorial upon N minus 13 factorial. 13 factorial, right? Now there must be some people who will be actually getting some trouble in solving this. Listen to me carefully. N and N to are gone. Okay? Now 14 factorial and 13 factorial. 14 and 13. Which one is bigger? 14 is bigger. So 13 will be gone and this factorial will be gone. So basically what we are doing is 14 factorial and 13 factorial. 14 can be written by 14 into 13 factorial, and this is your 13 factorial. This are getting cancelled out. So only 14 will be left. So the moment you see this kind of situation, always think about which one is bigger. Now N minus 14, N minus 13, which one is bigger? Now this might create a confusion to some student, but you know, if you add 1 in this, you will get N minus 13. That means this one is bigger, yaar. This one is bigger, obviously. N minus 13 would be the bigger quantity. So that means N minus 14 will get, this factorial will get out. So 1 upon 14 is equals to 2 upon N minus 13. That's it. Cross multiply. N minus 13 is equals to 28. N would be equal to 41 in the chat box. Can I see? Alright. Mithali, absolutely right. Vaishnavi 39. Oops. Wrong. Diya 41. Perfect. Yusuf 41. Kya baat hai? Very nice. Awesome. Perfect. Alright, so now you know how to solve these kind of questions, right? So the thing is, I was telling you about the Pascal's triangle and binomial expansion, and then we actually completely shut down that topic abruptly. And you know what we introduced was factorial notation NCR, right? Why we did that? Did you notice this? That initially we were studying binomial, trinomial, polynomial. Then I was telling you about the algebraic expression a plus b raised to power 5. Right? The pattern, the observation, the number of terms and everything. And suddenly I shut down that topic and then I introduced factorial and NCR. I started teaching you. Right? So basically there is some connection between these two. That connection I wanted to show you. The connection is this. Suppose you have 1 and then 1, 2, 1. 1, 3, 3, 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Right? And so on. So here, this is basically a plus b whole square. So that is 2c0, 2c1, 2c2. And above that, you have 1c0 only. Below that, you will be having, okay, so I need to delete this, and yeah, this is better. And then you have 3c0, 3c1, 3c2, 3c3. Then we have 4c0, 4c1, 4c2, 4c3, 4c4 and so on. Okay, let me just tell you. This is 1, this is 1c0, right? This is 1 to 1. Right, this is 2c0, 2c1, 2c2. Basically, these two are same thing. 1, so 2c0 I already told you. These two quantities are always 1. 2c1 is what? 2. Then this is 1, this is 1. These two are 3, 3. This is 1, this is 1, then 4 and 4 and now this is what? 6 if you calculate and so on. So basically, what we have done or what mathematicians has done, can you see this? Because if I ask you to calculate the expansion of a plus b raised to power 60, then you first, what will be the first thing you will be doing? You will be actually extending this Pascal's triangle to the 60th row to find that coefficients. But we don't need to do it. If I need to expand a plus b raised to power 60, I just need to do it 60c0, 60c1, 60c0, 60c1, sorry this is 60, 60c1, 60c2. 60c3, these are the coefficients calculated. You don't need to go down to the 60s rows. Now you know why are we shifting from this to this. We are not making things difficult. It seems okay, acha, but this looks much easier. Why are we switching here? Basically, we are making things easier for the higher indexes because this will actually waste definitely our time. Okay, so now we have a question. So this question can come in JEE Main 2024, and you know what? 24, and you know what? These type of questions have come in JEE Main 2024, right? So I'll give you actually 2 minutes. Solve it quickly. Not a very basic question. It is a basic question. It is an alpha question, but it is up to JEE Main level. Okay, 16CR. So 16CR. So 16C5, right? You need to plug in the value of R. Increase the value of R. 16C6, 16C7, 16C8, 16C9, 16C10, 16C11, 16C12. You don't need to write the complete thing in the examination. Do the mental mathematics. I am writing because I want to visualize. I want to make you visualize. Can you see the pairs are getting formed? Can you remember the formula which we are going to apply? Both are same. 5 and 6, difference of 1 is getting created. The answer would be what? 17C, 5 or 6. Which one is bigger? 6. Then we have 17C, 7 and 8. Which one is bigger? 8. Then we have 17C, 10. Then we have 17C, 12. Guys, so now it has boiled down to the 8 terms were there. 8 terms have been boiled down to 4 terms, right? Now what to do? Now 17C6 and 17C8. So one student was asking me, ma'am, what will we do when we have a difference of 2? So we need to do some manipulation, guys. 17C6 can be written down as 17C11. 17 minus 6 is what? 11. Okay. And this 17C11 will get clubbed with 17C12. Right? 17C11 will get clubbed with 17C12, guys. Again, same thing. This can be written down as 17C9. Right? 17C9. And it can be clubbed with 17C10 directly. So this and this, 17C11, 17C12. If you club these two together, 11 and 12, what will you get? 18C, 11 and 12. Which one is bigger? 12. Plus, combine these two, 18C10. Right? This is the answer. Now, answer is actually matching. Right? 18C12 plus 18C10. But this is not matching. This is not matching. This is also not matching. And this is also not matching, guys. We need to convert this answer completely. 18C12 will be what? 18C6. 18C10 is what? 18C8. Can you see this? This is the correct answer, right? This is the correct answer, my dear students, right? So this question deserved to come in JEE Main 2024 because these type of questions based on this property, we have seen so many problems. Right? Perfect. Perfectamundo. Having fun? Chalo, next problem on our screens. Before the problem, actually, we have a binomial theorem. Finally, let's take a moment after like half an hour. We now have a binomial theorem. So, binomial theorem for index n. So, a plus b raised to power n is equals to nc0. Coefficients will be nc0 plus nc1, then plus nc2, and you know what, nc2. After that, plus last term would be ncn. Right? In the very first term, you have to assign highest power to A and lowest power to B. Right? Can you see this 0 and this power of B will be always be in line. NC1, so that would be A raised to power n minus 1, B raised to power 1. Can you see NC1, B raised to power 1. NC2, so A raised to power n minus 2, B square. Right? And NCN, so here A should be having lowest power, but this time B should be having a highest power, right? And you know what? So this contain how many terms? Starting from 0 to n. So n plus 1 terms we clearly can see. N plus 1 terms, right? And if I want to write the whole thing in sigma form, how do we write it? So I will be applying sigma. R will be starting from 0 to n. Only then there will be n plus 1 terms. NCR, because R will be starting from 0. Then A raised to power what? General term. NCR. N minus what? R. B raised to power what? R. Can you see this R and R are similar? So this is what? The summation form, right? And you know what? If I want to write the first term, I will have a 0 in that. If I want to write the second term, I will have 1 in that. This is the third term. Third term will be having 2 in that. So if I ask you to write R plus 1 term, it will have R in that. Can you notice? Do you see this? Again, this thing is very important. The whole theory written on this particular slide is very important, guys. Very, very important. Whole binomial theorem is this only. This is 90% of binomial theorem. We are done with the theory. You know what? We are done with the theory. Now we'll just solve questions and questions and questions. You'll be saying, ma'am, really? I mean, not really, but what I'm telling you is 80% of binomial theorem is this only. Right? And then there are variety of problems which will have some tricks and tips that I will let you know as we proceed in today's session. Right? Okay. So this particular thing should take a screenshot and paste in your head, guys. Take a screenshot and paste in your head. Do not forget, do not make any mistake in writing general term. This is your general term. Okay? And you know what? I will not let you forget it. Don't worry. I will not let you forget. The remainder theorem, yes. Okay. Some observations which I wanted to tell you about the binomial expansion. The number of terms related to binomial expansions in is n plus 1. NC0, NC1, NC2 and all the way up to NCn is binomial coefficient. So we call these as binomial coefficients, right? And I already told you index of A starting from n and decreases to 0, but index of B increases from 0 and it goes up to n. And then, alright, in any term, the degree of any term would be n. So basically you take any term. I already told you this. Take any term. What is the degree of this? N minus 2 plus 2. So that is n. Right? Okay. And this we have already seen. This property we have already seen. NCR is equals to NCn minus R. What does that say? That say basically NC0 will be equal to NCn. So first coefficient and last coefficient value would be equal. NC1 would be NCn minus 1. Right? NC3 should be NCn minus 3. So basically first and last coefficient are same. Right? Are similar. Okay? So that's how this condition is telling. And yeah. Kth term from the end is equal to n minus k plus 2th term from the beginning. So this is again something which is very important. Very important. So what this thing is trying to tell us is, if I tell you that there is a plus b raised to power 5, please listen to me carefully because we have a question from JEE 2023 from this section. A plus b raised to power 5, how many terms are there? So basically there will be 5c0 plus 5c1, 5c2, 5c3, 5c4, 5c5. And I'm not writing a complete thing, but I'm just telling you roughly there are how many terms? I'm not expanding it as a whole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms are there. If I ask you that the third term from the end, so 1, 2, 3, third term from the end is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth term from the beginning. So how do you calculate it? What is the relation? Basically, agar third term from the end is equal to what? 5 minus 3. That is what? 2. 2 plus 2. So you need to add a 2. Are you getting my point? Third term from the end. So 5 minus 3, you just need to add a 2 in this. Right? I will show you the formula. I will show you how to solve this. Okay? Let's just expand this particular expression using binomial theorem. Come with me, expand so that you will get hands-on on this. Okay. So it would be 4c0 x square raised to power 4 plus 4c1, this time x square raised to power 3, but 3 by x raised to power 1 plus 4c2 x square raised to power 2 and 3 by x raised to power 2 plus 4c3 x square raised to power 1 3 by x raised to power 1, sorry 2 so 3 है ना, plus finally 4c4 x square raised to power 0 and 3 by x raised to power 4. Right? So if you expand this, what will you get? 4c0 is 1. Right? So this is x raised to power 8, 4 2s are 8 plus 4 times 4 3s are 12, then 3 2s are 6. So x raised to power 5 plus 4 3s are 12, 6. 6 into 9, 54. X raised to power 4 minus 2 x square plus 4 into 27. So 27 into 4 and x square by, so x plus, what about this? So that would be 81 upon x raised to power 4. This is the expansion, right? This is the expansion, guys. Now you know how to expand any binomial theorem. It would be a cakewalk for you, right? Now who is going to tell me this particular problem? Who is going to answer this problem? Who is going to answer? Alright, so we need to figure out number of terms in this expansion, and we have not studied any particular concept related to this till now in this session at least. Can you just see this? Can you just see this? Can I write it this way? 1 cube plus 3x 1 square plus 3x square 1 plus x cube raised to power 40. This is what? 1 plus x whole cube. Do you realize this? This is 1 plus x raised to power 120. How many terms should be there in 1 plus x raised to power 1? So there would be 121 terms. 121 is the correct answer. Right? Yes, I can see. Vaishnavi, very good. Diya. Alright, who is saying 41? Incorrect. 41 is incorrect, guys. Alright, 121, 121. Perfect. Next. JEE Main 2019 का सवाल है. Solve it. Solve it, guys. Okay, so the third term in the binomial expansion of this is 2560. So third term, I will show you what? TR plus 1, write it down, TR plus 1, NCR, A raised to power N minus R, B raised to power R. Sincerely write the general term. Now you are looking for the third term. For third term, your R should be equal to 2, right? So T3, put R is equals to 2 so that you get T3. T3 will be what? Now N, your N is what? 5, C2, A is what? 1 raised to power 5 minus 2, right? And B, now B is something x raised to power log of x to the base 2 raised to power what? R is what? 2. This is given to you. The third term is given to you as 2560. This is your perfect statement. Expression basically. 5C2. Do you know what is 5C2? 5 into 4 by 2. So this is your 10. 5C2, remember the value, this is 10. Right? So if this is 10, now you are left with what? X raised to power log of x to the base 2 ka whole square is nothing but, so this is 10, this is 2560. So basically only 256, which is nothing but 16 ka square. So what do you get? X raised to power log of x to the base 2 is either plus 16 or minus 16. This expression cannot be negative, right? This is exponential thing which cannot be negative. So I am not writing the negative part. Now take log both the sides base 2. So if I take log both the sides, it will be log x to the base 2 and power is what? Log x to the base 2 is equals to log of 16 can be written down as 2 raised to power 4 base 2, right? So this will come in front, so this will become what? Log x to the base 2 ka whole square, and that is equal to what? So this is what? This is 4, right? And 4 is nothing but 2 ka square, right? So finally what you are getting is log x to the base 2 is equals to plus minus 2. Log x to the base 2 is equals to what? Plus minus 2. Right? So you know how to expand the log. So if log x to the base 2 is equals to 2, you will get one answer. If log x to the base 2 is equals to minus 2, you will get another answer. What would be the answer? So 2 raised to power 2 is x. That means from here you will get 4. 2 raised to power minus 2 is your x. So 2 raised to power minus 2 is what? 1 by 4. So 4 and 1 by 4 both are correct. A, B, C, D, B option is absolutely correct. B option is absolutely correct. Perfect. Perfect. क्या बात है? Very nice. Very nice. Abhishek Kumar, I am teaching in English only. I don't know which language you call as English. Yes. Perfect. Shall I move on to the next question? Here we have again from JEE Main 2019. We have another question which says that fifth term from the beginning. I told you this. Don't forget this. Don't forget this. Please don't forget this. This will give you some marks in your JEE Main, like 4 marks in your JEE Main 2024. Fifth term from the beginning and fifth term from the end. So basically, fifth term of the beginning, that means ratio of fifth term upon fifth term from the end would be what? 10 minus 5 plus 2. N minus k plus r. Sorry, n minus k plus 2 is the formula. So 10 minus 5 plus 2th term from the beginning. So this ratio basically we are interested in. So fifth term upon 5 plus 2, 7th term. So T4 plus 1 basically, T4 plus 1 upon T6 plus 1 is what we need to figure out. T4 plus 1 would be 4C, okay, sorry, 10C4. So it should be what? 10C4, A raised to power what? 6, B raised to power 4 upon 10C6, A raised to power, same expression is there, 4, but this time B raised to power 6, right? You know, what did I apply? TR plus 1 is equals to NCR, A raised to power N minus R, B raised to power R. This is what we have applied. Now 10C4 and 10C6 are one and same thing. This is what? A square and this is about B square. So this is A square by B square. What is A? A is this and this is your B, right? So plug in the value. 2 raised to power 1 by 3 ka square whole upon 1 upon 2 dot 3 raised to power 1 by 3 ka square. That would be equal to what? Now 3. So basically 2 square would be 4. Now 3 will go here. So 3 raised to power 2 by 3 and 2 raised to power 2 by 3. So 6 raised to power 2 by 3. This is your answer. 6 raised to power 2 is what? 36 and this is power 1 by 3. So the ratio is what? Ratio is what? Arey yaar. Ratio is what? Tell me. Tell me what's the ratio. So the correct answer, okay, the correct answer is option C, right? Option C. Option C is the correct answer. Can you see the answer? Options. Option C, 4, 36, 1 by 3 raised to power 1. Okay. Yes. So this is the correct answer, JEE Main 2019. Shall I move ahead and talk about the question from this very close year, which is JEE Main 2023, which says that sum of the coefficient of first 3 terms, they're gone, they're lost. Where it is lost, huh? Let the sum of the coefficients of first 3 terms in the expansion of this. So sum of first 3 terms in the expansion of this is given as 376 and we need to figure out coefficient of x raised to power 4. I will give you 2 minutes to solve this question, guys. 2 minutes to go. To go. Let the sum of the coefficients of the first 3 terms in the expansions of first 3 terms, only coefficients basically. So let's just expand it. So NC0 x raised to power n minus 3 by x square raised to power 0 plus, right? So let's just expand it. NC1 x raised to power n minus 1 minus 3 by x square की power 1 plus first three terms, right? The first three terms will have this as last term, x की power n minus 2 minus 3 by x square की power what? 2, right? Now I will only need the coefficients, not the x thing, only coefficients. So NC0 will be 1 and minus 3 is so first coefficient which I am gonna get from this is 1. What about this? So NC1 will be what? N, but a minus 3 is also there, so minus 3n. So coefficient of the second term which I am getting is minus 3n. What about this? So here I will be getting n minus 1 by 2 into 9. So this is sum of first three terms of coefficients and this is given to be 376, right? Take 1 to the right hand side, you will get what? So you will basically get 9n square minus 9n and 3 to the minus 6n by 2 and this 1 will be gone, so this is equals to 375 है ना. तो 3 के टेबल से कटेगा अगर आप देखो तो, so minus 9 and correct ना. So 9n square minus 15n is equals to 2 into 375. 3 के टेबल से काटेंगे. 3 3s are 9, 3 5s are 15, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15. So this would be what? 3n square minus 5n is equals to 250. This is your what? So this you need to solve this. So 3n plus 10, 3n plus 25 and n minus 10. Yeah. 3n plus 25 and n minus 10 is equals to 0. So n is coming out as 10. Right? If n is 10, then we need to figure out the coefficient of x raised to power 4. So coefficient of x raised to power 4. For that I need to write the general term. So general term would be tr plus 1 would be equal to 10 cr first of all, and then x raised to power n minus r. So x raised to power 10 minus r and minus 3 by x square raised to power r. I am looking for what? X raised to power 4 का coefficient. Collect the powers of x. Collect the power of x. So here power of x is 10 minus r. Here power of x is 2r. That should be equal to 4. So that means 6 is equals to 3r. R is equals to 2. Plug in the value of r, you will get coefficient. And don't think about the power of x now, because anyway it is going to come 4. We are only talking about the coefficient. So 10c2, this is useless. Minus 3 ka square, so in 9, this is your answer. So basically 10c2 is what? 10 into, so 45 into 9, and this will be what? 405, right? 5 9s are 45, 4 carry. Yes, 405 is the correct answer. So 405. Can I see the answers in the chat box? Anyone who has solved it? Nobody has solved it. Why? Why nobody has given me answer? Only the black caps I can see in the chat box. He is giving me the value of n, and he is only giving me the value of n. He has not given me the value of coefficient of x raised to power 4, right? Are you taking things lightly? Are you guys taking things lightly? Don't take it lightly. You know what? No matter what score you are getting, don't take things lightly towards the end. Towards the end, you know what? The whole thing is all about collecting it and maintaining it. Towards the end, you need to maintain it. Just that. Maintain the revision, right? You don't need to like run faster. No need. Just maintain it. Right? Don't lose it. Okay? We have another question. This is 15. Okay. And again, from JEE Main 2023, we have this question. Alright. The black caps is saying, I think it's lagging. I have posted answer long ago. And one student has, क्या नाम है यार? Lined Badger. 405 multiple times. कि ma'am, don't give us lecture. 405, take it and go. Okay, so let's. So basically, I have. Shall we do this question? Shall I give you this as a homework question, or shall we do it now? Basically, the question says if the coefficient of x raised to power 15 in this expansion of this expression is equal to coefficient of x raised to power minus 15 in the expansion of this, right? So, so how to solve it? You need to figure out the coefficient of x raised to power 15 in this expansion. How will you do that? Write tr plus 1. So 15 cr a raised to power, so ax cube raised to power 15 minus r, and 1 upon b x raised to power 1 by 3 raised to power r. This is your general term. What you are looking for is coefficient of x raised to power 15. So how to look for coefficient of x raised to power 15? By collecting the coefficient of x. So here the coefficient, basically power of x. Power of x would be what? 3 into 15, 45 minus 3r and minus r by 3 should be equal to what? 15, right? Because what I am looking for is x raised to power 15. So power of x should be equated to 15 in order to get the value of r, right? So this is what? 30 is equals to 3 3 is 9, 10 r by 3. Can you see r ka value is coming out as 9. Now you know the coefficient, right? So coefficient of x raised to power 15 will be what? Put r is equals to 9. You will get. So 15c9 and a raised to power 15 minus 9. So a raised to power 6. 1 upon b raised to power 9. So this is what you are getting, coefficient of x raised to power 15. Yes? Again, same thing you need to complete it for this particular expression, which is ax 1 by 3. Ax 1 by 3 minus 1 upon bx cube raised to power 15. So here you are looking for what? Coefficient of x raised to power minus 15, guys. How do you solve it? Again, tr plus 1 is equals to 15 cr ax raised to power 1 by 3, 15 minus r, right? Minus 1 upon bx cube raised to power r. So that would be what? Now again, collect the coefficients of 15 minus r upon 3 minus 3r is equal to minus 15, right? Because here you are looking for coefficient of minus 15. So basically 15 minus 3 3s are 9 minus 10r is equals to minus 45. So this will be 60 is equals to 10r. R this time is 6. Plug in the value of r, you will get the coefficient 15c 6. A raised to power 15 minus 6 is 9 and this will be raised to power 6. So this should be equal to the previous one. What was the previous one? Previous one was 15c9 a raised to power 6 upon b raised to power 9. This gone and we are left with ab raised to power 9 is equals to ab raised to power 6. So ab cube is equals to 1. ab is equals to 1. Done. Yes. Will you be able to do this type of question if this question occurs in your JEE Main 2024? Yes or no? Will you be able to solve it? Will you be able to solve it? All right. Okay, next question on your screen. Now this is also again that type of question which is very popular, and the question says we need to figure out the total number of irrational terms in the binomial expansion. You will see these type of questions in your previous year JEE Main papers as well, right? So the very easy question, the total number of terms in the binomial expansion which are irrational, right? So for that, again, I told you now, the 90-80% will require the general term only. Write the general term. So tr plus 1 would be what? Tell me. Tr plus 1 would be 60 cr 7 raised to power 1 by 5 raised to power 60 minus r, right? And minus 3 raised to power 1 by 10 raised to power r. right? This is your general term. Now what you are looking for is irrational term. But you know what? You can't calculate number of irrational terms. You can calculate number of rational terms. Yes. Whenever the question is asking you to calculate the irrational terms, don't do that. Calculate rational terms. You know what? Rational terms, that is free from the surds basically. Okay. So here I can see that the power of 7 is what? 60 minus r by 5. This is your power of 7. That is one thing. And the power of 3 is what? So the power of 3 is r by 10. So basically, both the values should be whole numbers. Both values should be whole number. We need to select the values of r in such a way that both expressions at the same time, at the same value of r should be whole number. First of all, target this particular thing because this is very easy. The moment I plug in the value of r as 0, this will become 0 and this will become a whole number 0. Then 10, then I need to put 10 to make it as a whole number. 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60, last 60. So this is sorted. These are the values. This is sorted. Out of these value, I need to check for what all values of r, this particular expression becomes whole number as well. So start putting value. The moment I put r is equals to 0, 60 by 5. Come on, this is a whole number. 10. The moment you plug in 10, you will get a whole number again. 10 is also accepted. 20 is also accepted. 30 is also accepted. 40 is also, 50 is also, 60 is also. Basically, these are the 7 values of r for which both the expressions are what? Whole number. That means the power of 7 will become a whole number. Power of 3 will also become a whole number. And when it happens, the terms will be rational terms. So number of rational terms, tell me, number of rational terms. Number of rational terms would be what? So there are 7 rational terms, right? But the question is asking me to calculate number of irrational terms. So I need to basically subtract 7 from the total number of terms. How many total number of terms are there? 61. 61 minus 7, right? 61 minus 7 is what? 54. 54, guys. I know there are some students. 61 minus, why are you subtracting 6? So you know what? This question is very easy, but then you know there are some students, they will do some calculation mistake. Some will say 55, some will say 53. You know what? These kind of mistakes happen. Be absolutely accurate. Be absolutely accurate. 61 minus 7, yes. No, Lynette Badger, don't say it so close. You are not close. Because many, like 80% student will give this answer. Right? Only a few students will mark correct answer. Because every student are making the same mistake. There are some students who are counting this as 6 terms. So 61 minus 6 they will do. There are some students who will take total number of terms as what? 60 terms. 60 minus 7 they will do. 53 they will get. Don't do such mistake. Okay. Alright. Chalo. What's next we have on our plate? So basically we have this though we have seen, this is nothing new. A plus b raised to power n, this is the whole expansion. A minus b raised to power n, again the whole expansion, right? So special cases says that when you add, what will happen? So when you add, so basically this first term will get added, these two terms will get rejected. These two terms will get added and so on, right? When you add, so what will happen? When you add, can you see this? When you add, so NC0 will be there, NC1 term will be gone. Then NC2 will be there, NC3 will be gone. Right? So last term. So now if n is even, the last term would be this. Right? That you will get to know actually. We can skip this. We don't need to, yeah. If we subtract these two, what will happen if we subtract these two? If we subtract these two terms are cancelled out. Subtract these two, that will be what? Twice. Yes. Subtracting, so that will give you 1, 3, 5 and so on. Okay? So adding and subtracting like this. Okay, this we will come here. So this is JEE Main 2018 problem based on the same thing. I would like you to try and let me know your answer in the chat box. Try it out. Some of the coefficients of all odd degree terms. So first of all, what we need to do is, so this is a plus b plus a minus b. So that would be what? Twice of, right? Only the NC0 term will be there. Then NC2 will be there, NC4 and so on. Okay? So 5C0 term will be there. In that x raised to power 5 and this x square minus 1 raised to power 0 will be there. Plus. Now 5C1 is gone, 5C2 will be there. 5C2 x का क्या हो जाएगा? Cube. Root x square minus 1 का square हो जाएगा. You know, this will match. I told you. These two things will match. Plus 5C4, this would be the last, by the way. 5C5 won't be there. So x raised to power 4, sorry, x raised to power 1, right? X raised to power 1 and x square minus 1 raised to power 4. Can you see this should match? And bracket close. Now you are looking for what? Question. Read the question carefully. Sum of coefficients of all odd degree terms. Now you need to look for odd degrees and you need to only pick the coefficients, right? So 2, this will be what? 5C0 is 1, x raised to power 5. So this is x raised to power 5 plus. 5C2 is what? 10. So 10, then this is x cube and this is x square minus 1 because these two are getting cancelled out. Plus we have 5, we have x square minus 1 raised to power 4. So this will be x square minus 1 ka whole square, that's all. Now start picking the values, okay. So coefficient of x raised to power 5. So 2 into 1, so that would be 2. Then we have x raised to power 5 over here. Can you see the coefficient of x raised to power 5 from here is 20. So plus 20. Don't forget this 2 is outside. Then we have minus 10 x cube. So minus 10 into 2, so minus 20 again. Right? So till here we are sorted. Now what about this? 5x. So let me just write it 5x. X ki power 4 plus 1 minus 2x square. So x ki power 5. So this would be 5 2s are 10. Don't forget the 2. फिर 5 into 5x. So again plus 10 and minus 5 2s are 10. So minus 20. All the terms are odd basically. 20 20 gone, 10 10 20 gone. So 2 is the correct answer. Option D, absolutely right. Yes? Nobody? Okay. One student is giving me answer. Oh. Yusuf is saying D. Only after I am telling you the answers. Okay. So JEE Main 2018 का problem है ये. Now there is the one thing which even if you are sleeping today and not today तो हाँ you will remember, but after the first attempt and after the second attempt also. If I wake you up in the middle of the night when you are sleeping and if I ask you what is the coefficient of x raised to power r in the expansion of 1 plus x raised to power n, you will be able to tell me. If I ask you what is the coefficient of x raised to power r in expansion of 1 plus x raised to power n. So basically what I'm trying to tell you, the general term if I want to write is what? NCR 1 raised to power whatever x raised to power r. I told you na, this r and this r should match. So the coefficient of x raised to power r in the expansion of 1 plus x raised to power n is nothing but NCR. Right? Let me just ask you one more time. If I ask you that there is a binomial expression which is 1 plus x raised to power 14, and if I ask you in the expansion of 1 plus x raised to power 14, what is the coefficient of x raised to power 9 you will be able to tell me that, ma'am, it is 14C9. Okay. If I ask you, what is the coefficient of x raised to power 10 in 1 plus x raised to power 13? So you will quickly tell me, okay ma'am, 13C10. Are you getting my point? Yes. So basically 1 plus x raised to power n may, if I am looking for coefficient of x raised to power r, it will be NCR. That's all I am saying. That's all I am saying. Right? That's all I am saying. The whole thing is NCR x raised to power r. And if there is 1 minus x raised to power n, so minus 1 will be there. Basically minus x raised to power r you can apply. Okay, will you be able to remember this? Yes? Okay. Yes. Now let's talk about the middle term. Let's talk about the middle term. Yes, this is absolutely live. You think it's a joke or what? It is absolutely live, guys. Okay. So now middle term is also one of the things, one of the concept wherein JEE main or NTA can ask you a question, right? But then, you know what? There is a slight confusion in calculating middle term of a binomial theorem, and that confusion is because a plus b raised to power n, for any index n you have n plus 1 terms, right? So suppose I tell you n is equals to 10, so even though your n is 10 but the number of terms are odd, right? So now the things will get changed. You don't apply common sense in this. Do not apply common sense in this. Do apply it. But if I am telling you that n is equals to 10, then number of terms are 11, right? Then the middle term would be what? 5th and 6th, right? Yes? Okay. Sorry, the middle term would be what? 6th term would be the middle term, right? Yes, 6th term would be the middle. Anyway, I'll tell you the formula. So if n is even, suppose n is even. If n is even, what you need to do is simply, so if n is even, your number of terms will be odd and there will be a single middle term that can be calculated by n plus 2, n by 2 plus 1th. n by 2 plus 1th term. Okay? And when your n is odd, if your n is odd, now this time if n is odd, number of terms would be what? N plus 1, that would be even. And when number of terms are even, you have 2 middle terms and that would be n plus 1 by 2. Remember only this one. If you remember this one, the next term immediate to this term will be the next middle term. So there will be basically 2 middle terms, right? So remember only this formula. If n is even, n by 2 plus 1. And now think about this. If n is even, you can take half of it. So take half of it plus 1. If n is odd, you can't take half of it. Add 1, then take half. Right? Suppose n is equals to 10. So you will say, okay ma'am, 10. So 10 can be halved. So 10 by 2, 5 plus 1, 6th term. If I tell you n is equals to 13, 13 cannot be halved. So add 1, 14, then half. So 7th term. 7th and then what? 8th term both together. Okay? Alright, find the middle term in the expansion of this a plus b raised to power 10. So here n is equals to even, right? So n by 2 plus 1. So that would be what? 5 plus 1. So 6th term. So T6 we need to calculate. So T5 plus 1, that would be what? 10C5 a raised to power what? 5 b raised to power 5. This is your middle term in the expansion of this. Perfect? Yes? Yes, a plus b raised to power 11. So this time your n is equals to 11. So can you make it half? No. So 11 plus 1 by 2. So what is this? 6th term and next to term 7th term. So what are the middle terms? T6 and T7. How do you calculate it? T5 plus 1 and T6 plus 1. So T5 plus 1 would be what? 11C5 a raised to power 11 minus 5, 6, b raised to power what? 5. And T6 plus 1 would be 11C6 a raised to power 11 minus 6, 5, b raised to power 6. Can you see? Can you see? Now you know. Will you make any error in solving the question from the middle term? No, right? Shall I move on? and talk about the maximum value of 10 CR and 9 CR. So the maximum value occur when this R is exactly half of N. So this time for 10 CR, R should be half of 10. So 10C5 is the maximum value which occurs at x is equals to 5. But when it comes to 9 CR, R should be half of 9. So this should be 4.5, which is not possible. So R can be 4 or 5 both, because 9C4 and 9C5 will give you the same terms. Same term. Okay. Yes. Getting it? Alright. The question from JEE in 2019, which is talking about the middle term in the binomial expansion of this. Now you tell me which term would be the middle term. Only that is important. I know rest you will be able to solve. So which term is the middle term? So you can see 8. So 8 by 2 plus 1 simply. Only one middle term. So this is fifth term would be the middle term. So T5, the sum of real values of x for which the middle term is given as 5670. Solve it, guys. Let me know your answer in the chat box. Solve it, solve it. Yes, I can see 5 you are saying. Some of you are saying fourth term. Coco, what happened? You know what, my heart cries when you write 4. When you make silly mistakes, then my heart cries. If you don't know it, I don't care. But if you are making silly mistake, that means you know everything. You're able to solve it. You're able to get +4, but then you're making a silly mistake and getting a -1 out of it. And you know what? You are collecting all the -1. There are some people who have this mindset that let me collect +4, +4, +4. But there are some people who do silly mistake in each and every question and collect -1. Okay, -1. Okay, -1. Don't do that. Don't be that student. ठीक है, T5 निकालो जल्दी से. T4 plus 1 is equals to what? 8C4 x cube by 3 raised to power 4, 3 by x raised to power 4, right? And you know what, sum of real values, and this is equal to 5670, right? This value, so 8C4 is what? 8765, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12 and this 4. So x raised to power 8, 3 raised to power 4 is equals to 5670, right? So this is 3 2s are 5 2s are 10, 0 cancel, and we have 4 2s are 7 times. Okay, 7 1s are 7, 7 8s are 56, 81. 3 raised to power 4, 3 raised to power 4 actually gone. 3 raised to power 4, 3 raised to power 4 is gone. So x raised to power 8 is 81. X raised to power 8 is 3 raised to power 4. So x is equals to plus minus root 3 is what we are getting. Sum of real values of x is option B. Sum of real values of x. Yes, Vaishnavi, absolutely right. Actually, we don't need to calculate this. Here also we have understood, okay, one value will be plus, one value will be minus. So if you add these two values, 0. No real values. What, Yusuf? Why you are saying this? There are real values, right? Both are real values. This is real. Iota is nowhere. Real values. Now don't get confused in between rational and real. This is irrational, but this is real, right? But root 3 is a real value. Okay. Alright. Now another question is, another question looks like this. The term independent of x. So these type of questions do occur in your JEE Main 2024, right? So how to do such questions, I will show you. Okay, so find the term independent of x in the expansion of this. So basically you need to write the general term tr plus 1 is equals to 3x square by 2. Oops. So basically general term you need to write everywhere. 6cr 3x square by 2 raised to power 6 minus r minus 1 upon 3x raised to power r. ठीक है, तो अभी x raised to power 12 minus 2r, 12 minus 2r, right? Collect the coefficient of x. 12 minus 2r minus r is equals to 0 because you are looking for the coefficient of x raised to power 0, my dear students. The term independent of x, that means there is no term involving x. That means the power of x is coming out to be 0. So equate the power of x is equals to 0. 12 is equals to 3r. R is coming out as 4. R is coming out as 4. The moment you see R is equals to 4, you don't need to care about the x thing, because anyway power of x will be 0. You are looking for the term except x, calculate everything. 6c4 3 by 2 raised to power 2 minus 1 by 3 raised to power what? 4, right? So 6c4 would be 6 into 5 by 2, 3 3s are 9 by 4, and this would be what? 81, right? So 2 3s are, and this is 3, 5 by 4 3s are 12. Yes, so 5 by 12 is the correct answer. 5 by 12, I can see Vaishnavi, perfect. Okay, who else? Who else? Kamal Sharma, you are writing crystal clear. What do you think? 5 by 12 coming or not? Independent of x, you will be able to calculate, right? So now this question is very close to my heart. This question actually was asked twice in your JEE main only. The same question was asked twice. One in 2013 and one quite recently was this was the question, right? So basically the question says we need to figure out the term independent of x in this whole freaking expansion. Can you see the expression? The moment you see this, you will become scared, right? You will see what is this? So we have not studied basically these type of problems. So basically this problem is all about, first of all, solving this expression, then applying binomial theorem. How do you do that? So can you see that there is whole garbage over here? This is the garbage. This is also the garbage. We need to remove the garbage. To remove the garbage, I need to write this as x cube ki power 1 by, okay. I need to write this as x ki power 1 by 3 ka cube and 1 ki power 1 by 3 ka cube. A cube plus b cube is what? A plus b, right? And then a square. So that would be a square minus ab plus b square whole upon x की power 2 by 3 minus x की power 1 by 3 plus 1. Can you see that these two are getting cancelled out? This is your first expression. So this whole expression is nothing but x की power 1 by 3 plus 1 की power 1 by 3. Same here, same thing I'll do over here. So this expression, let me just simplify a bit thoda sa. Can I take root x common from here? If I take root x common, I will be left with root x minus 1. And you know what? What is this? This x minus 1 can be written down as root x square minus 1 ka square. Now can you just simplify it? It was root x minus 1 and root x plus 1. And in here we have a root x and root x minus 1. So this is what? Root x gone 1 plus x ki power minus half. X ki power minus half. Right? So this is what? So root x is common, root x plus 1. So 1 plus x ki power minus half. Yes. And this whole expression is powered by 10. Right? Okay, so what we are left with, x की power 1 by 3 plus 1 minus 1 plus x की power minus half raised to power 10. Can you see this 1 and 1 is also getting cancelled out? So we are left with x की power 1 by 3 minus x की power minus half raised to power 10. Can you see that this whole expression, the big expression, is nothing but a binomial expansion? Yes, definitely Kamal Sharma, you can do that. Definitely. Right, x की power 1 by 3. Now you are looking for term independent of x in the expansion of this. Right? So just solve it. Shall I leave that till here? This is your homework question. Shall I give it to you as a homework question now? Yes? Shall I give it to you as a homework question? Right? Now you need to just write down TR plus 1. So TR plus 1 would be what? 10 CR. And then x की power 10 minus R by 3. X की power minus half और ये R. So it will become 10 minus R by 3 minus R by 2 is equals to 0. Cross multiplication. 20 minus 2R minus 3R is equals to 0. R is coming out as 4. 4 5s are 20, right? R is 4, so 10C4. 10C4 you need to calculate, that's it. So 10C4 will be what? 210 will be the correct answer. 210. Yes? No, 1 is not the answer. 210 is the correct answer. I have given you the solution, but I highly recommend that you solve this question on your own. Complete question on your own. Then only you will get the confidence. Okay? 210 is the correct answer. And yes, again. So we have this type of questions as well. Wherein, now this type of question is also quite popular, by the way. Which says we need to figure out term independent of x in this expansion, right? How do we solve it? How do we tackle it? So basically you will be able to see this is your binomial expression, but this is something which is very different. This is not having any power, right? Because then we will not be able to solve it. This is powerless. That means power hai, 1 hai. But here it is 6 power. So what we will do is, listen to me carefully, term independent of x. So 1 by 60, multiply it in this bracket. 1 by 60 into this will be 2x square minus 3 upon x square raised to power 6 minus x raised to power 8 upon 81 and 2x square minus 3x square raised to power 6. This is your expression now. This will be solved in two parts. Part number 1, part number 2. So we will look for a term which is independent of x in this expression. Right? So how will you do that? So basically TR plus 1 again. So 1 by 60. Right? 6 CR. This is 6, right? 6 CR. 2x square power 6 minus r minus 3 by x square power r. Right? And what you want is term independent of x. So power of x would be 12 minus 2r minus 2r is equals to 0. So r is coming out as 3. So the moment you plug in r as 3, you will get the coefficient. Put r is equals to 3 in this. So 1 by 60. ठीक है, r is equals to 3, तो 6c3 2 की power 3 and minus 3 की power 3. This is your coefficient that you will solve it. So 1 by 60 and 6c3 6 5 4 3 2 8 and 27 with a negative sign, right? So this is 2. 6 5s are 30, 32s are 60, gone. 3 and this is 9, so minus 72 is the coefficient from this particular half, right? Minus 72 is the coefficient of term independent of x. So basically you have two things over here. Minus 72 is the constant term from this expression. Now you are looking for constant term from this expression as well, right? How do you solve it? How do you solve it? So basically here outside you have x raised to power 8, right? If you find a term which has a power x raised to power minus 8. So x raised to power 8 and x raised to power minus 8 will become x raised to power 0, and that will become a constant term. So in here you are looking for what? So in here you are looking for coefficient of x raised to power minus 8. Why? Because minus 8 will get combined with plus 8. It will generate x raised to power 0 then. So it will become what? 6cr 2x square raised to power what? 6 minus r minus 3 by x square ki power r. So now collect the coefficient. So 12 minus 2r minus 2r is equals to minus 8. So 20 is equals to 4r. R is coming out as what? 5. So this time your r is coming out as 5. The moment you plug in the value of r is equals to यहाँ पे 3 डाला, r is equals to यहाँ पे 5 डाला. So minus 1 by 81, right? 5 डाला. So 6c5. 2 raised to power 1 minus 3 raised to power 5. Right? That's it. So minus minus plus 3 raised to power 4, 3 raised to power 5. There will be 1, 3, 6 into 2. 6 2s are 12, so 36. So basically, term independent of x from here, a constant term from here is coming minus 72, and from here it is coming plus 36. So minus 72 plus 36 is giving me minus 36 as the final constant term. Right? Yes? Okay. To clear your confusion, let me just take one more example. Suppose I am giving you two different expressions and I am adding that. Okay? I am giving you E1 expression, E2 expression. E1 plus E2. Now I am saying E1 expression has plus 3 as a constant term. E2 has minus 4 as a constant term. The whole expression has what constant term? So you will have plus 3 minus 4 minus 1 will be the constant term of the whole expression. That's what we have done from here. Okay, that's how we are done. Okay? All right. Okay, so this type of question is also popular, right? We will solve this question and one question from JEE 2023. Okay, the question says we need to figure out coefficient of x raised to power 4 in the expansion of this. How do you solve it? So basically this particular expression, the moment you see it, the moment you see these type of questions, what do you see? What is the type? Apply some brains, let me know. What do you see? Can't you see a GP is getting formed? Yes. Can't you see a GP is getting formed? Yes. So a GP is getting formed over here, and the first term of GP is 1. Basically sum of GP is what we need to figure out, and sum of GP looks like this, right? So sum would be what? 1 x r raised to power n. What is the common ratio? Can you see 1 plus x is getting multiplied? So 1 plus x raised to power. How many terms are there? How many terms are there? So basically there are 10 terms, guys. 10 terms. Not 9 terms. 10 terms. Because can you see 1 to 9 and there is one more term. Whole upon 1 plus x minus 1. So basically I am getting 1 plus x raised to power 10 minus 1 upon x. Right? This is your expression. You are looking for x raised to power 4. Right? You are looking for x raised to power 4. So basically you need to look for coefficient of x raised to power 5 in the numerator, because this x is already sitting in the denominator, and that means x raised to power minus 1 is already there. So if x raised to power minus 1 is already there, you need to create x raised to power 5 in order to make 5 minus 1 will be 4. Minus 1 is already present. If I find x raised to power 5 coefficient, that will make sense, right? Yes, are you understanding this? So we will look for coefficient of, basically coefficient of x raised to power 4 in this will be equal to coefficient of x raised to power 5 in this, in 1 plus x raised to power 10 minus 1, right? if you look for coefficient of x raised to power 4 in this whole expression, don't look for it, rather look coefficient of x raised to power 5 in the numerator part only. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, right? Now I already told you this. Tell me who all are sleeping. X raised to power 5, the coefficient in x1 plus x raised to power 10, guys. Tell me. 10C5. And here there is a 0. So then 10C5 is the correct answer. Coefficient of x raised to power 5 and 1 plus x raised to power 10 is what? 10C5. Yes, Kamal Sharma. I already told you this. 10C6. Now Coco is saying 10C6. Coco, you always answer me one more. One. You have always tendency of giving me +1 or -1 as the answer. Chalo, we have 2023 का सवाल. Question from 2023. Question from 2023 which says we need to figure out coefficient of x raised to power 301 in this. Now can you see that this is also actually a geometric progression, wherein what we are doing is we are actually 1 plus x raised to power 500. So basically we are dividing thing by 1 plus x and we are multiplying by x, right? So basically x upon 1 plus x is your common ratio if you observe, right? You are multiplying x in this and you are dividing it with 1 plus x. So this will be 499, but 1x is introduced. One more x is introduced, but this time 498. So you are reducing the power of 1 plus x, but you are adding x, right? Yes. Or you know what? To simplify it, why not we take something common? So I want to take 1 plus x raised to power 500 common. If I do that, what do I get? So if I take 1 plus x raised to power 500 common, I will have 1 over here plus. Now x is already there and I want to take 1 plus x raised to power 500 common, right, from here. So 499 so I already have. I need one more 1 plus x. So for that I need to divide plus. Now what about this? From this what I want? I want 1 plus x raised to power 500 common. So I have 498 already. I am lacking 2. So for that I need to divide by 2 and x square. Multiply it and see that whether we are wrong or not. Now x raised to power 500 is there and no term related to 1 plus x. So basically we need to divide completely by 1 plus x raised to power 500. Right? If you have any doubts, how ma'am, how are you taking common? Just multiply it, you will understand. Now can you see clearly this is a clear-cut case of geometric progression. How many terms are there in this geometric progression? 501 terms. Can you see that? 501 terms. Apply the formula. Apply the formula. Apply the formula. So 500 C. Okay. So formula we are applying. Geometric progression ka sum. Right. So first term is 1. And then r raised to power n. How many terms? 501. Minus 1 upon x upon 1 plus x minus 1. Solve it. Simplify it one more time. So 1 plus x raised to power 500. Let it remain outside. Inside this you will be having, take LCM, x की power 500 minus. So x की power 500 minus x plus 1 की power 500. 501, right? 501. Upon you have 1 plus x raised to power 500. 1 upon, take LCM, x minus 1 will be there, right? Yes. Can you see this? This 500 and this is gone, right? So we are left with what? minus 1 will be there. So 1 plus x raised to power 501 minus x raised to power 501 upon 1 plus x. That's what we are left with. Is it 300? X upon 1 plus x. One more 1 plus x is actually there. So this is gone now. This will not be there. One more 1 plus x will be there, right? Upon 1 plus x. 1 plus x, right? If you take LCM, there will be 1 plus x also, no? Only that 1 plus x. So this is cancelled. So you are left with this. This is the expression. Now what you are looking for? You are looking for coefficient of x raised to power 301 in this. So coefficient of x raised to power 301 in this is what? 501c 301. Don't tell me, I told you this. Coefficient of x raised to power r in 1 plus x raised to power n is what? NCR. So you are looking for 301 ka coefficient. 501c 301 minus 0. Here there is no coefficient from x ki power 301. So 501c 301 will be your answer simply. 501c 301 is not matching. Oops. 501c 301 is equal to what? 501c 200. Okay. Now it's matching option D. Right? So basically what happens is, the moment I see this, I feel that this is a geometric progression. So the whole question is all about solving the geometric progression. That's it. Binomial theorem is very, like, the one step is binomial theorem. So whole question, did you see? Till here, only geometric progression, geometric progression, geometric progression. So this expression boils down to this one. Now we need to figure out the coefficient of x raised to power 301 in this. So that would be 501c 301 minus 0. Will you be able to solve this type of question if it appears in your JEE Main 2024? Yes or no? Okay. Alright. Now you were waiting for this, right? Don't you? And this type of problem appears exactly 10 minutes before 12. Right? So we are going to do that because this is very important, right? So 7 raised to power n plus 5 is divisible by what number? We will start with very basic, right? So 7 raised to power n plus 1 is divisible by which number? So 7 raised to power 1 can be written down as 6 plus 1 raised to power n plus 5. Right? The moment you see this, na? The moment you see this, write it down as 6k plus 1 plus 5. This is the shortcut. This is the shortcut. Right? So this can be written down as 6k plus 6, which is divisible by 6. So answer is 6. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, kya kar diya? What have you done over here? So basically 6 plus 1 raised to power n. Expand it. 1 plus 6 raised to power n. If you expand it, you will get NC0 plus NC1 6 plus NC2 6 square and all the way up to NCN 6 raised to power n. Can you see this? This term is not having 6 and this term is 1. Rest all the terms are having 6. So I have written down as 6k plus 1. This is the shortcut from binomial theorem. This is the shortcut from binomial theorem. So this term is divisible by 6. I know that you can actually put n is equals to 1. And the moment you put n is equals to 1, you will be saying, okay, it is divisible by 6, n is equals to 2 you put. So 49 plus 5, right? 49 plus 5 is 54. Okay. Ma'am, if we, yes, There are some people who are substituting. So if you guys are substituting, basically you cannot substitute everything. The moment you plug in n is equals to 1, right, you will get 12. The moment you substitute n is equals to 2, what will you get? 54. 54 is divisible by 12 kya? No, right? Yes, that's the problem. For all values of n. For all values of n. That's the problem. Okay. So we have another question which is asking us, find the remainder when 5 raised to power 99 is divisible by 13. Now this type of questions are very popular in JEE main. And how to do it is basically thoda sa tricky. But once you get the hang of it, you will realize it is random thing and randomly we are getting the correct answers. I don't know how. The process is initially tricky, but once you get the hang of it, catch hold of it, you will realize, okay, I can do it in a jiffy. Okay? So 5 raised to power 99 divisible by 13. So basically what you need to do is, you need to basically think about 5 raised to power 99 and eventually you need to manipulate 5 raised to power 99 in such a way that you become close to 13. Right? You have to apply thought process. So 5 and 13 are not having such strong connection. Right? Everything is thinking. If you see the solution, you won't be able to understand. 5 and 13 are not matching that much. But 5 ka square, okay, 5 ka square is 25. Alright, 25 is not connected, but 26 is connected to 13, right? So yes, that's how you do it. So now 5 raised to power 99, so you will be writing it as 5 ka power 1 and 5 ki power 98. Why? Because you want to write it down as 25. So 5 ki power 1 and this would be 25 ki power 49. And this 29 now we'll be writing as 26 minus 1 power 49. And I already told you this can be written down as what? 26k minus 1. That means multiply 5. So you will get 26n minus 5 as the final answer of this particular thing. That means if you divide it by 13, you will get minus 5 as the remainder, guys. So minus 5 remainder is not possible. Negative remainder is not possible. So you need to add 13 to it and you will get 8 as the final remainder. Sorted? Yes. Getting a little. Yes. This is Korean heart, na? But this is Ninja Ma'am ka little. Are you getting little? Minus 5 couldn't be the answer, right? Okay. You know what? Solve 2-3 questions, then only you will get hang of it. Again, this. So the question says, the fraction, basically the question is same. The question is asking you to calculate the remainder when 2 ki power 403 is divided by 15. But then question is twisted a bit. They are asking if the fractional part of the number this is k by 15. Fractional part of number means that there will be an integral part, there will be a fractional part. I will show you. Same thing we need to do. So 2 ki power 403 by 15 is what we need to calculate. Basically we need to calculate the remainder. K is the remainder only, nothing else. So 15. Now connect 2 with 15. 2 ka power 2 is 4. 4 and 15 not connected, ma'am. 2 ki power 3 is 8. 8 and 15 is not connected. 2 ki power 4 is 16. Now 16 and 15 are connected. So what you need to do is you need to make it 2 ki power 16. So 2 ki power 3 comma 2 ki power 400 upon 15. 2 ki power 3 is 8 and this is what? 2 ki power 4 into 100 upon 15. 2 ki power, so 8 is outside, but this is 16 ki power 100 by 15. 16 can now be written down as 15 plus 1 की power 100 by 15, right? Now this can be written down as 8 times 15k plus 1 by 15, right? And you know what? So this will be what? 8, 15 gone, 8k plus 1 by 15. So this expression has a fractional part k by 15. So fractional part of this expression is what? 8 would be there, sorry. Fractional part of, so this is integral part. Can you see this is integral part and this is the fractional part. This is proper integer. So 8 by 15 is the fractional part. K is coming out to be 8. That's how you think. Are you able to think, guys? The very first and second steps are very crucial because the first step is based on the thoughts, right? You need to think a lot to reach to the second step. Then it's fine. Once you have that क्या करना है तो फिर ठीक है. Yes, conic section ना, yes. Prakash, yes, conic section we will do it. Don't worry. Okay. So yes, 8 is the correct answer. Now next thing, prove that this is divisible by 10. Prove that this is divisible by 10. Now 11 is already close to 10, right? 10 plus 1 की power 9. And 9 is also very close to 10. No need to think a lot. So this is what? 10 k1 plus 1. And this is 10 k2 minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 gone. So this is 10 times k1 plus k2. So that means 10 times I is divisible by 10. Hence done. Right? Getting it? Perfect. Alright. JEE Main 2023 has given us a question which is thoda sa tricky. Solve it, guys. Try solving it. Alright. So thoda sa you need to think about it. 35. 2023. So divide 2023 by 35. Let me know. Let me know. 2023 by 35. If you divide it by 35, you will realize that 7, if you add 7 to it, 2030, that 2030 is divisible by what? 35. 2030 is divisible by 35. So 2030 minus 7 can be written down, because this is divisible by 30, and now we can apply that shortcut. So this is what? 35. So basically this is 2030k minus 7 raised to power what? 2023. Right? If you apply binomial theorem in this, let me just show you. If you apply binomial theorem, what will happen? So 2023 C0 and minus 7 की power what? 2023 plus 2023 C1, right? And 2030 power 1 minus 7 का square, basically 2022. Can you see that after this point, after the first term is not having 2030, but second term will have 2030, third term will also have, fourth will also have, 5, 6, 7 and so on. All the terms will have 2030. By the way, 2030 is divisible by what? 35. So 35k, and this would be minus 7 raised to power 2023. Right? So basically 35k. So this part is divisible. We need to know whether this part is divisible by 35 or not. So the whole focus is shifted towards minus 7 की power 2023, whether this term is divisible by 35 or not. Right? So basically this term is divisible by 7. I know this term is divisible by 7. I am looking for whether this term is divisible by 5 or not. So now whole question is whether this is divisible by 5 or not. So how do I do that? By making it 49. I'll show you how. So this will become minus 7 into 7 की power 2022, right? And this will become minus 7, 49 की power 1011. Now 49 is what? 50 minus 1. So minus 7, 50 minus 1 की power 1011. Now this will be written down as minus 7, 50k minus 1. Multiply it. 7 5 is 35. So this is 35n automatically plus 7. Can you see? 35n plus 7. So this is 35k and this minus 7 is 30. So plus 7 is the remainder value divided by 35. This is the whole process. Yes? Any doubts? I know that you must be wondering that, ma'am, the thought process is a little difficult. It seems a bit difficult. I agree. But once you solve 10 questions, then only you will be able to get hang of it. Minimum 10 questions. Can we let all odd power like 37? Huh? Can we let all odd power like 37? All odd power like 37. I didn't get you. Like 3. Can we let all odd power like 3? Acha. No. You can't do that. No. Alright. Next problem. When 19 raised to power 200 plus 23 raised to power 200 again is divisible by what? 49. Yes? Let's solve it. Shall we start? Are you guys solving it? Chalo. 19 and 23 divided by 49. So this 19 and 23 both are related to 21. So 21 minus 2 की power 200 plus 21 plus 2 की power 200. Can I write it this way? Because 21 is related, somehow related to 7. And now you know what? We have solved this. A plus b raised to power n, a minus b raised to power n. If you solve it, what will you see? So basically twice of, you will see 200. C0, 21 raised to power 200 and minus, okay, so 2 raised to power 0 plus 200 C2, 21 raised to power what? 198 and 2 raised to power what? 2 and till when? 200 C200 and this time 2 raised to power 200 completely will be there, right? Can you see that this is 2? So this is 21 raised to power 200. So this is this contain 49 already because 21 का square कभी भी होगा तो 49 already there are more than 2 7. There are about 21 raised to power 199. So many sevens, right? Till here there will be 7. So 49k will be there plus 2 raised to power 201 would be there, right? So 2 raised to power 201 when divided by 49 will give me what, right? So for this I need to write it 2 and 2 raised to power 200. Why? No, actually 2 raised to power 198. Why? Because I want to make it 8. I want this to become 8 because 8 then I can connect this 8 with what? 8 can be connected with 7, right? 7 plus 1. So that can be done by 201. So directly actually we can do that, right? So this is 2 की power 201. So 8 की power कितना हो जाएगा? Tell me. So this is 3 से काटेंगे 3 6 18 3 7 61. So this will become what? 7 plus 1 की power 67 and okay. So we are looking for 49 by the way guys. So if I expand this will be 67 C1 7 की power 0 plus 60 C70 then 67 C17 plus after that you will get 7 square, so that would be 49I. So basically you will get 1 plus 7 into 6. So this will become what? 49I plus 67 into 7 plus 1. So this is what? This is 7 sevens are 49, 7 6 are 42, 42 plus 4, 46 plus 1. So 470 divided by 49, you will get 29 as the remainder. So 29 is the correct answer. Yes? All right. So we have this next thing. One question on this as well because you never know what comes in your upcoming JEE Main 2024. So the question says that this is this, okay. Then which of the following are true? Okay. If this is given as I plus F, then which of the following are true? Okay. So for that there is a set method. I plus F is what? 7 plus 4 root 3 की power n. And we have f dash, let us assume, which is 7 minus 4 root 3 की power n. If you add I plus f dash, you will get twice of something, right? We have done this. If you add these two binomial expression, so that would be nc0, 7 raised to power n, right? Plus nc2, 7 raised to power n minus 2, 4 root 3 का square. Can you see? Beautifully, all the rational terms are getting dissolved. Root 3 का square. Next, what will you get? NC4, 7 raised to power n minus 4 and 4 root 3 की power 4. Can you see again all the rational terms? So basically, all the terms, this term will be rational term. So this will be an even number. I plus f dash is an even number. I plus f dash is an even number. That is one thing which I have obtained, right? I plus f dash is 2k. Also, one more thing, that f lies between 1 and 0, and our f dash also, if you calculate f dash, this is what, 6 point something, right? 7 minus 6 point something, this is fraction ki power n. So f dash also lies between what, 0 and 1. If you add these two, f plus f dash lies between 2 and 0, and you know what, your I is an integer, right? I is an integer, right? Because the whole point of taking this as I is an integral part, and I plus f dash is an even integer. That simply means I is an integer and f plus f dash, this is also an integer, guys. It should be an integer. Why? Because I plus f dash plus f is coming out as an integer. Sum of two integer will give you an integer. So if this is integer, this should be an integer. F plus f dash should make a pair of integer. So can you see, f plus f dash lie between 0 and 2, and the only integer which is left between 0 and 2 is nothing but 1. So f plus f dash is coming out as 1, right? F plus f dash is coming out as 1, right? Yes. So we can clearly write it as f is equals to, f dash is equals to 1 minus f. F dash is what? 1 minus f. ठीक है? Alright. And the question is saying what? I is E1. So basically this is 1. If this is 1, I is what? 2k minus 1. If we are claiming na ki f plus f dash should be 1. So I is what? 2k minus 1. So I is not even. I is odd first of all. And then next question is asking me what? The next question is asking me I plus f. I plus f is what? This. And this is what? F dash. Basically I plus f into f dash is 1. Yeah, so product of these two is 1 only. Calculate 7 sevens are 49. Multiply these two. A plus b, a minus b. 49 minus 48. This is 1 only. Can you see that? So option D is also right. These type of question, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. I is odd. Yes, because f plus f dash is 1. 2k minus 1 is an odd number. I is odd. Right? And then I plus f into 1 minus f. Quickly, 1 minus f is nothing but f dash. I plus f is given 7 plus 4 root 3. F dash is 7 minus 4 root 3. Multiply these two. You will get a square minus b square. So 49 minus 48 is your correct answer. Yes? Okay. Perfect. Alright. So now we have a very small topics left. So basically binomial theorem for any index. For any index meaning so that we have already applied in what? In limits, right? Binomial expansion 1 plus x raised to power n, where x is very small than very smaller quantity, right? X can be negative or positive, but it is a fraction. That is first thing. And n jo hai, that is rational number, right? Except the whole number, and the expansion is same only 1 plus, except the fact that we cannot write nc0. We only need to write nn minus 1 by 2 factorial, nn minus 1 by n minus 2 by 3 factorial, and so on. So basically the formula remains same, but you can't write nc0 because here n is what? Not a whole number, right? Yes. And the number of expansion, the number of terms in this expansion is infinite. Not n plus 1, infinite. So now you know that whenever we apply expansion in limits, we take it up to the infinity. ठीक है? Right? Yes. So Hasini, that I skipped one question. Yes, so that I would like to give you as a homework question. Right? So yeah, this is a homework question. Similar type, you will be able to solve this. Yes. Okay. Try solving it. Kamal Sharma, this is not absolutely important, but you know what? This question arrived in 2023 from the same concept, right? Only one question, but you never know. You can't know that only one question that related to this topic will appear and that will be in your shift. Then what will you do, right? So that will be important for you only, Only that one shift, right? So that's how it is. Yes, so we have multinomial theorem. Let's just quickly move on to the multinomial theorem. Yes, this we already know. Multinomial theorem. Yes. Multinomial theorem means you have multiple terms x1 plus x2 plus x3 all the way up to xr raised to power n, and you have terms, you will have a term like, so n factorial will be there, right? And there will be x1 की power k1. Can you see this? And there will be k1 factorial. x2 की power k2, there will be k2 factorial. And so on, xr की power kr factorial. And in here, the sigma will be in such a way that k1, k2, k3 and kn will be equal to 1. The sum of all. Why? Because you see now, the degree should be n. Sum of k1, k2, k3 all should be what? N. Right? So yes, this is the multinomial theorem. Have a look at it. Multinomial theorem. Yes. Shaku is asking, ma'am, your age. So guess my age in the chat box. What are K1 and K2? I'll tell you. Dekho. So yes, you know binomial theorem, right? x1 plus x2 raised to power n. Binomial theorem will be what? NCR, right? X raised to power n minus r and the second term raised to power r. And the moment you open NCR, you will realize that NCR, the power is available in the factorial form. This power is also available in the factorial form. And by the way, sum of these two terms is what? N. So similarly, if I write multinomial theorem, what should I write? Tell me. x1 plus x2 plus x3 and all the way up to xn raised to power n. So x1 raised to power k1. Here n minus r, if I replace by k1, then k2. There are multiple terms. So here, whatever written here will be written here. Whatever will be the power, that will be in the factorial form. Right? So k1 factorial, k2 factorial. And if we want to generalize it, so that will become multinomial theorem. Power k1 factorial, k2 factorial. That's how it occur. But the condition is all the summation of k1, k2, k3 will be equal to n. And one more thing. In binomial theorem, we know that number of terms is what? N plus 1. In multinomial theorem, you need to remember that number of terms would be what? N plus r minus 1, c r minus 1. What is n? So this is your n. What is r? Number of dissimilar terms would be your r. Right? Understand the formula, remember the formula. And no, Shaku, I am not offended at all. Do not worry about this. I'm just having fun. Thoda sa, because it's 12:20. Some people might be sleepy, so I want to wake them up. Okay. If the number of terms in the expansion of x plus y plus z की power n is 36. ठीक है? But last 5 minutes, okay? Not more than 5 minutes. So this is again, number of terms in the expansion of this is 36. So you all know the formula. N plus r minus 1 c r minus 1 is equals to 36 r. R over here is 3. So n plus 2 c2 is equal to 36. Solve it. N plus 2 factorial. फिर n plus 2. So n factorial and 2 factorial is equal to 36. So n plus 2 and n plus 1 will be left out is equals to 72. Can you see 72 is 9 into 8. So this will become 9, this will become 8. So n is coming clear cut 7. So n, the value of n is coming out as 7. Yes? Yes? Perfect. So 7 is the correct answer of this question. Right? Now again from multinomial theorem, here is the question, last question. Yes, we have a last question from JEE in 2023 finally. The constant term in the expansion of this particular expression. ठीक है? So first of all, write down the multinomial theorem. कैसे? So the multinomial theorem will have, okay. So it will look like NCR. देखो multinomial theorem ना, n factorial by, okay. So n factorial 5 factorial by k1 factorial, k2 factorial, k3 factorial, 2x की power k1, 1 by x की power 7 की power k2 and 3x square की power k3. Right? Constant term you are looking for. Right? So you are looking for k1 minus 7k2 plus 2k3 should be equal to 0. That is first thing. And k1 plus k2 plus k3 should be equal to 5. Right? Okay. So you need to think about the cases actually. Think about the cases wherein this will be true. So k1, k2, k3 will be equal to 5. So make it 0. 0, 1, 4. 0, 2, 3. 0, 3, 2. That's it. And okay. So we have 0, 4, 1 and yeah. And you know what? 0, 0, 5. 0, 0, 5. These are the possibilities. Now plug in the value and let me know whether this equation is getting satisfied or not. So k1 is 0, okay. 7k2, 2k3. So you need to satisfy this as well. Is it getting satisfied? I don't think so. Take k2 0, that will make more sense I guess. If k2 is equals to 0, then k1 plus 2k3 is what? Okay. Yeah, so this question actually will be done by hit and trial. You need to think about the cases. Are you able to think? So I am able to think, okay. So 1, 1, 3 will satisfy. 1, 1, 3. Can you see 1, 1, 3? It will become 5. 1, 1, 3. So 1, 6. And you know what? Minus 7. Can you see 1, 1, 3 will get satisfied? So this question is all about hit and trial. So 1, 1, 3. So what you are looking for? Constant terms. So 5 factorial. 1, 1, 3. 3 factorial. 1. So 2 की power 1. And 3 की power what? 3. So this will become what? 5 4s are 20 into 2 into 27. So this will become what? 2 2s are 4. 40 into 27. This will be your answer. Alright. So 7 4s are 24. 4 2s are 8, 9, 10. 1040. Is it so? 2 2s are 4. 27 into 4, no? 7 4s are 28, sorry. 4 2s are 8, 9, 10. 1080. 1080 is the correct answer. No, you don't need to make the cases. Only one thing you need. This so I have already told you like this. Basically, you need to think about only one case. only one case, right? One case which will satisfy. ठीक है? So now we are done with today's session. ठीक है? Solve as many PYQs from the previous year 2023, 2022, 2021 relevant PYQs from binomial to get maximum hold on this chapter so that you will score full marks in binomial theorem wala portion. And also this is this week's schedule, you can note it down. And on Friday, okay, so I will see you on Friday, wherein we'll be discussing like most predictable questions in this particular series. And yes, OP is asking me. Yes, I am teaching on another channel which is Vedantu JEE made EG to AE JEE 2.0. Tomorrow 2 p.m. I have a class, whole calculus in 4 hours I'll be revising. ठीक है? Right? Yes, OP, definitely I'll be there on Thursday. And on Saturday I have algebra, complete algebra in pocket crash course. That there it is coming, pocket crash course. So the session will be mostly in English plus English, but mostly Hindi English mix. ठीक है? And for English students, for all of those who want to join that particular channel, you're more than welcome. And do give JEE test series, computer based test series, which is based on a new JEE examination pattern. Along with that, you know about these 10 questions VDPP. So daily 10 questions we give you, and we expect you to solve it. And those 10 questions are based on what? Those 10 questions are based on the whatever we are teaching gradually, regularly, right? Yes. All right. So now I will see you tomorrow 2 p.m. I have a session, calculus. And on Friday we have high weightage, most expected questions. All 3 teachers are going to teach you. And on Saturday and Monday onwards you will get a big surprise, by the way. ठीक है? So this is me, Namrata, signing off. I'll see you all super soon.